Hi, I am Lewis, you are watching Lost in Travel, and today we will start our journey around Iceland. Previously, it was apparent how much of a struggle I had just managing to leave the country. Travel restrictions, COVID, and other various problems delayed the trip of a lifetime.
I just can't with this pandemic.
And at one point, I thought it was never going to happen. That was until I was on the plane and on my way up to the land of ice and fire. A place where postcards are made and life is just happy. Iceland has lots to offer, from raging geysers to dramatic waterfalls, but before we get to all of that, let's explore the capital city of Reykjavik. Also, did I mention that it was the middle of winter? So some guy on Instagram recommended me to get yak track spoons. I am quite a clumsy guy usually, and with ice, probably makes it a lot worse. So we're going to see how these work. They're meant to stop you from sliding about. I'm now walking on chainmail. I don't know how they work on non-icy surfaces, but life is about trying things, and we're going to try yak tracks out here in Iceland. Yeah. And good morning, folks. Welcome on here to our crib, our first day in Reykjavik. And as you see, I am all suited and booted and yak tracks to go. As you found out in the last part, we went to bed without any food. We are rather hungry right now. I had an okay sleep, but I woke up feeling like I needed my dinner. I really did. I meant to sleep fine, tummy wasn't rumbling, but as soon as I woke up, food was on my mind. So before we do anything exciting today, we're going to go and see what we can eat around here. Let's go. Please warn me not to eat the yellow snow. And here we are, bracing the cold. It's actually not that bad when you're fully wrapped up, but look, it definitely feels like we're in the Arctic now. Oh boy. It's a frozen paradise. It is a winter wonderland to its finest, guys. And the houses, this is kind of my first time in like a Scandinavian type country. I know it's not Scandinavia, but they've got the same look to Norway and all that, and just loving it. It still feels like Christmas. All the lights are still on, snowfall is now hitting me in the face. And just one word to note, if you're from Iceland, you're not going to like the way I pronounce names. Bragagata. If you're coming for pronunciations, this is not your type of vlog, because I'm going to butcher them on this series. And behind me is my first sighting of a frozen lake here in Reykjavik. You know you're definitely in the Arctic winter when the lakes are starting to look frozen. Oh my god, my eyebrows are actually... They actually look quite white. We'll see how I look in a couple of hours.
But these are my favorite days right now. These are my favorite days. I know that they'll slip away, but right now, these are my favorite. Oh, these are my favorite days.
So we're still on the hunt for food, but it just seems to be a coincidence that we've now just ended up, I would say, the most famous street here in Reykjavik. Welcome to Hallgrímskirkja. I may not be able to pronounce a lot of things in Iceland, but at least I know there is something better than a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. So we're walking up to Hallgrímskirkja, and it feels like I've just been teleported into Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings or something. The Viking element to this is insane, and because Scotland's got quite a Nordic background, we've had a lot of history with the Nords, so just seeing what proper Viking town looks like wow. And the blizzard just makes the atmosphere 10 times better. So we've picked up some pizzas from just a local supermarket for breakfast. Yeah, pizza for breakfast, I know. Technically for dinner. And look at the view, I've got to eat it. We're down in Iceland now, baby. Yeah. Despite its nod to the Viking times, Hallgrímskirkja Cathedral was built in the 1980s. This grand design stands tall, overlooking the entirety of Reykjavik. So here we are at Hallgrímskirkja. Hallgrímskirkja. And I've got to say, it's a lot bigger than I imagined. Looking at the photos, I was like, it's a pretty big and stunning cathedral. But I didn't realise that it was going to be to this extent. So when we go up here, I'm going to go to the very top and we're going to see what the view of Reykjavik is like from the top of Hallgrímskirkja. Alright, I'm going to stop. The blizzard really just makes it surreal conditions to be exploring Iceland's capital. On second thought, it's not a good idea. So I decided to walk through the thick snow just to be able to get some shots with the shrubbery over here. And it feels like that's their Christmas tree, they just haven't taken it down or that. But I'm walking in the thick of it just so I can get some cool, unique shots of this. It's a snow blizzard right now.
Love sometimes hard to show, but through our veins it flows.
Alright, so we're back at the apartment with the worst hat hair going. But anyways, we have found out some unfortunate news. Our day is kind of having to get rejigged about due to the severe weather. You've already seen it firsthand. We're constantly in a blizzard right now. So what we had planned to do today has unfortunately been scrapped. We got an email to say that our whale watching trip, due to how severe the weather is, the water is not safe to be on, so that's now been cancelled and we've moved that to Wednesday morning. So fingers crossed it goes a lot better on that day. And then we've also got the Northern Lights tour that we had planned to do today, which was basically the main reason I'm here, but everything else is spectacular too. But the Northern Lights has been number one on my bucket list, and unfortunately that's also been cancelled due to, you know, if there's going to be blizzards, there's going to be clouds, there's no chance of seeing them, so there's no point of even running it. So we have now going to move that to tomorrow night, because the good thing about the companies here, they're very nice, because they let you to move. Basically, if you don't see the Northern Lights, you can rebook for free. Like, it's just that simple. So we're just gonna keep on trying it out every night, attempting to see them, and hopefully one of the times they'll flicker about and we get to see them at one point. But that does mean plans have changed for today's vlog, and instead we're going to get our shoes on. We've had about an hour and a half in warmth here in the apartment, but we're going to go and brace ourselves again and head out towards Hallgrímskirkja. The massive church we were at earlier on today. We're going to go back and we're going to go in it, because we had that planned to do on Wednesday, but you know, the time is the present and the present is now, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go in and see what we can see. See if it's as spectacular on the inside as it is on the outside. It was actually built in the 1980s, because due to the Icelandic traditions that they've made it look like, I honestly thought it's been here for decades and centuries, but no, it's literally younger than my mum. Yes, let's go. Alright, so we're back out at the church, currently in the middle of another snow blizzard, one of many today, and I've just found this lovely pointed out area. I know it's a bit of a hack here to get photography off the massive cathedral, but I used it and it's got such a precise view, basically the traditional view that you want of this Icelandic cathedral. I'm not even going to pronounce the name, don't get me to do it. Anyways, I'm going to take you to the inside. Let's go. So we've just came out the lift and we're now at basically where the clock face is of Hallgrímskirkja. Just before I clicked record, that gave me the biggest fright when it started. Whoa, that was loud. But anyways, we're now at the top and you get some amazing panoramic views of the whole cathedral from up here. The bell is just right above me, which is why it was very, very loud. And with the snowy conditions around, this is getting very atmospheric. I've got to say that you do have to pay for this. I believe it is roughly about £6. I got a discount because I'm a student, so that helped me out a lot, but just word of note, it's free to get into the cathedral. You've got to pay a little bit of money to come up to the top and get the spectacular views. It gives us... I just got a bit of snow in my mouth. That's why my hat's back on. I came out of the area, I didn't realise it was, it was snowing when I got out here. Right, good evening guys. It's been quite a few hours since I've spoken to you. We just went into a few shops. I got myself traditional... I say traditional. It's a hat that's got Iceland written on it, so I thought that was quite authentic to get here, and I'll get to wear it for all my shots and stuff. And we also went to Bonus to get some just food. We got all in our bags. We got peppers and onions, some wraps, just because stuff is pretty expensive here in Iceland. So we just wanted to keep the costs a bit down. We heard that Bonus was maybe a good discount store, and it was. It was very nice to go in there. So we just went and picked up a few necessary items to keep us going for lunches and stuff. Got some more like crisps and cakes and all the snack stuff, and then we went to Hard Rock Cafe. It's been a tradition. I keep on buying Hard Rock Cafe dolls. So this is the same top in each Hard Rock Cafe I go into. So we went in there and I got the Reykjavik one. But then we decided we were a bit hungry and it was happy hour, so we decided to go to Hard Rock Cafe, got a burger, got a tibber of onion rings. It was delicious, as always, and now we're well fed. Compared to the last part where we... Oh, I just got dripped on. Compared to the last part where we ended the vlog with no food, I was hungry. I'm now well fed. So, it's about 7 PM, the rain's kind of turned into sleet. We're just walking back to the apartment. It's been a lovely day. I've had a great day just exploring Reykjavik. The path between being a normal path and being the lake is kinda hard to identify. Like that's a lake. That's a lake. That's a lake over there, and I'm on a path right now. Those are the ones that are being very noisy. And there we go. It's the end of the first day already. Thank you all for joining me. It has been a pleasure. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you guys out a ton. It's been such a great day. I hope you've enjoyed following along on the journey yourself. If you did, guys, please, as always, smack the like button. It really does help out the channel a ton. And subscribe so you can stay tuned to all that we've got planned. I know that the day has turned out a bit more unexpected than what we hoped, but it was a fun day nonetheless. The cathedral was amazing. Reykjavik looks really nice, and been for a shower. I am ready to go to my bed. I'm just going to edit some photos and just look back at all I've got up to over the last 24 hours, because we've done a lot. And anyways, I guess I'll see you with the next video. And before I let you go, stay tuned to watch a little sneak peek to what we're going to be getting up to next week. Let's go. Let's do that again. And behind me right now, that is the middle of the North American tectonic plate. Yes, so Iceland is in the middle of the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates, which means we're in two continents right now. So that is us back in Reykjavik now after an amazing trip around the Golden Circle. So this is my very first experience at a geyser. Oh, it's going off now. Oh. Oh, 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 oh!
Why can't we be friends? If it's so much easier before we got our feelings hurt, and I can't pretend that it's easy. Why